Right, let's quickly take the CBN weekly segment. The official signing of the Memorandum of Understanding among the parties, Central Bank of Nigeria Bankers Committee and the federal government. I'll see you all again tomorrow. I am Nancy Naji. Don't forget to wear your mask. COVID-19 is real.
It's a very special day in the history of all bankers in this country. To be given the privilege, under the auspices, of course, of the Central Bank of Nigeria, to support and create a complete facelift for the National Theatre, I think is a very rare thing, and it's something that we've all looked forward to. As I was driving to this event today, I looked at the National Theatre and I wondered how, for several decades, we had watched this wonderful edifice, one of the most beautiful buildings, iconic buildings in the world, how we allowed it to become derelict. But I think from today, that is all history. The entire banking community has come together, working as one, under the leadership of the central bank, to ensure that we do something great that history will remember us for. But I think just as important is the fact that we are also working to support the creation of the Lagos Creative and Entertainment City, which will provide employment to millions and millions of youth and ensure that we make sure that we have our young people gainfully employed, particularly those in the creative industry.
I am most delighted to be here today. When I left Abuja, I thought I was coming just to sign the Memorandum of Understanding, which between me and the central bank governor, but only to learn that I will also be witnessing the award of contract for this project. So you can see my double joy today. Like I said, I'm most delighted to be here for the signing of the agreement between the Federal Ministry of Information and Culture and the Bankers Committee, led by the Central Bank of Nigeria, on the National Theatre. The agreement, which will pave the way for an immediate investment of several billions of naira to refurbish and commercialize the National Theatre, is coming just 4 days after the Federal Executive Council approved the project, thus paving the way for work to commence. As many here will recall, we gathered here last year, specifically on Sunday, July 12, 2020, to formally hand over the edifice and the fallow land surrounding it to the Bankers Committee. However, work has yet to commence because we believe it is necessary for the Federal Executive Council to approve the deal. That has now been done, and that's why I'm glad that not only are we executing the MOU today, but the contract award is also taking place today. Like I did in July, let me make a clarification. This iconic edifice, National Theatre, remains a national heritage. I will not, and it's not being sold to any person or group, as some have chosen to frame the agreement between us and the Bankers Committee. The main essence of what we are doing today is to set the stage for restoration and upgrade of the National Theatre and the development of the fallow land within its premises. When completed, the new National Theatre will become the #1 event center in Africa. There can be no more fitting tag for this edifice that is situated in the home of Afrobeat, Nollywood, and the pride of Black Africa arts and culture. Apart from the restoration of the National Theatre, there will be the development of a purpose-built clusters to provide world-class facilities for Nigeria's creative industry. The clusters, as the CBN governor has very ably described, will comprise hubs for fashion, music, films, as well as information technology. The clusters will be supported by other facilities, including multi-story parking, a visitors welcome center, which will house commercial and retail facilities, as well as administration and management offices, among others. For the federal government, this is a win-win situation. Not only will the National Theatre be restored and better managed, the project will not lead to a single job loss, while some 6,000 jobs will be created during the construction phase of the clusters. Upon completion, it is estimated that an additional 600 permanent and 2,000 to 3,000 call-off jobs will be created. We're excited by this project because for over 40 years, no major innovation has taken place at this iconic edifice. Many attempts to restore the National Theatre have failed, while the adjoining land had been lying fallow. And the government has no money to restore the complex, which is the hub of the creative industry in Nigeria. Let's remember that the National Theatre was established to encourage the advancement of the performing arts throughout the country, to create opportunities for performing artists of the country, as well as to aid the promotion of social development and the improvement of the quality of life. In its present state, it is not living to its billing. Hence, this innovative decision to partner with the Bankers Committee. Let me end by thanking His Excellency, President Muhammad, His Excellency, the Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu of Lagos State, the entire Federal Cabinet, the Central Bank Governor, Mr. Godwin Emefiele, the Bankers Committee, and Permanent Secretary, Federal Ministry of Information and Culture. And of course, my colleague, who incidentally will be the major beneficiary of this project. And all those who have worked tirelessly to make this agreement a reality.
About 44 years ago, the National Theatre, Arts Theatre, was then a freshly constructed and furnished edifice. It hosted about 17,000 people from 50 countries from all over the world who came to Nigeria to celebrate the second World Festival of Black Arts, known as Festac 77. This event was an evidence of Nigeria's arrival on the global stage, as some of the best-known world-acclaimed entertainers took part in the festivities. this afternoon, that is today, the same edifice is about to wear a brand new look in a brand new world due to the efforts to support of the people you see here up front. Indeed, when the former military head of state, General Yakubu Gowon, broke ground on this very spot we stand today, he must have been elated several decades back. The National Arts Theatre was erected then to celebrate, promote, and document our histories, our cultures, traditions, heritage, and to ensure that entertainment was always within the reach of every Nigerian. Therefore, what we are doing today is merely taking that dream, expanding on it, protecting it, building on the magnificent foundation that was laid decades ago by our heroes and our leaders. At this point, I want to thank most especially the President, His Excellency President Muhammadu Buhari, for his vision and his brilliance in seeing the immense potentials in rehabilitating this monument, particularly its benefit to the mass population of our youth in this country. When this contract is signed today, President Muhammadu Buhari, His Excellency, will have written his name clearly into the annals of history, not just for this country, but also to show him as a lover of the Nigerian youth. This investment will have gone into any other pressing infrastructure, transportation, roads, etc.
It's February 14, and it's also a beautiful day. It's a beautiful day for so many people and for so many Lagosians and Nigerians. But this simple but very unique event that we're all witnessing is another opportunity for this government, both at the national level, at the sub-national level, and at our various corporate structure, especially the banking industry, to write our name again for future generations coming behind us. Everybody has talked about what the history and the knowledge they have of the edifice behind us has been for the past 44 years. Growing up as a little boy in Lagos, I do remember very well that in the late 70s and the early 80s, we have witnessed the top stars from every part of the world coming to this arena and have delighted us. Over that time, Nigeria has also grown to become the second largest entertainment industry in the world. Of course, after Nollywood, after Hollywood, Bollywood is Nollywood. But not only Nollywood, the entire spectrum of talented musicians and entertainers that we have in our country have indeed bring to bear the real memory and the essence of the National Arts Theatre. What we're doing here today started about a year ago, and this will be our fourth or fifth trip to this place. That goes to show to judgment of the person and to our citizens that when we work together, when we work collaboratively, both the private sector, both the public sector, and we put our mind to it, there is nothing we cannot do. There is nothing we cannot achieve. And this is a simple testimonial that when we work together, private funds can come in, support government initiative, and we can build a future that we indeed dream of. But for me, I don't only see the National Art Theatre. I see a future. I see a Lagos of my dream. If you look right behind you, you see a massive edifice which were built. The trees have covered it. That's one of the biggest train terminals that we're going to have in this country. It's a National Art Train Terminal. You can see the bridges where the rail project will be taking us from Mile 2, from Okukumaiku, and will be taking us to Marina. But the National Arts Theatre Station, when we were conceiving it, we didn't even know that we're going to be raising this kind of fund. So we had planned and we had planned ahead. And you can see how this train station will become a rallying point for our entire youth. And by the time we're finishing this, we'll also speak to the time we'll be completing the Blue Line. I cannot but thank both the CBN governor and my friend, the CEO of Access Bank, for also making it possible for us to have a financial closure on these road projects. And I think they deserve a round of applause for that. So you can see that with the benefits and the spirit of working together, a lot of things can happen. So for me, it's not only the National Theatre that I see. I see a transportation solution that has been solved. But more importantly, I see urban regeneration. I see a total transformation in this entire neighborhood. From the Ebutemeta Creek, you begin to see a regeneration that will happen at Otto. You begin to see a regeneration that will happen around Costain. And eventually we'll begin to get to Ijora Badia. Nobody needs to be told that the future that we dream of is beginning to happen here today. Because by the time we put the tens of billions that will be put all around this place, not only will we be seeing a total transformation of the entire neighborhood, investment will have come in, lives will have been changed, new structures, new development, new way of life will have also been created, and we'll begin to see that indeed the greater Lagos that we talked about is coming at our time.
Work here. We expect that working on site from, say, tomorrow till at the peak period, we should see nothing less than 10,000 people working in this arena, which is, we're saying almost about 40 hectares of land, adjoining this National Arts Center. What we just did here is to sign the contract for just the remodeling and the repositioning of the National Arts Center, this main bowl itself. But around it, we're going to be building 4 hubs for music, for IT, for fashion, music, as well as for music. Each of those buildings will be, they will be so strategically located that you'll be seeing that our youths who want to go, who are planning into music, can go there and record their music. They want to do movie, they can go there and produce their movie. You want to do fashion, you can go there. You don't have to go to China or Turkey to remeasure and sew your clothes. There will be machines, state-of-the-art machines that people can take turns and develop their skills in these areas. The bigger one, the biggest of the 4, is the IT, software development. It's like we're going to build a hub, or like what you call is it incubators inside this place. So by the time this is completed, we expect that nothing less than 25 to 30,000 people will be working here on a regular basis. So it's a community, it's a village, and with the plans that Lagos State government also has in place, I understand they will be building a lot of tourist centers around these places, such that by the time this place is in use, there will be a lot of hotels and tourism sites around here, and you can imagine that this will run into hundreds of thousands of people that are going to be gainfully employed. This particular one should be ready in 15 months. But what we're saying is that even the second phase, the contract for the second phase will be awarded in the latest 4 weeks. We have tasked our consultants to make sure that is done in the next 4 weeks. So you see work going on concurrently on different areas of this edifice. So we are saying, by the special grace of God, in 2023, by the time President Muhammadu Buhari plans to bow out, he will commission this edifice. Not just this edifice, the whole entertainment and creative center that we're trying to build here. It's about 21.3 billion. And let me tell you this, I've heard criticism from different places that 23, 21 or 20 or whatever it is, that is too high and too expensive. If you are interested, we will make open to you the bills of quantities so that you will know how painstaking the consultants have gone to price this work. You are talking about remodeling an architecture, yes, that is sound, but that it is going to be a 21st century building. It is going to be a building that will breathe in IT, in everything, such that when we are holding international conferences, IMF World Bank meetings, OAU meetings, and AU meetings, and the rest of them, it will be beamed in different parts of the world without any interference. That is what we are trying to develop here. We are not afraid about the numbers. Come and see. If you want this public, we'll publish the bills of quantities for you to see, so that you know there's nothing for anybody to hide. Then the other aspects of it, whether you talk about the IT, you talk about the movie, you talk the fashion, they also are going to be costing nothing less than 5 billion naira each. We invite you to see the bills of quantity. There is nothing for anybody to hide. You will find out that because private sector is involved, because the bankers committee is involved, these are well priced. It's a private sector structure that we have put in place, and will make the numbers available to anybody that is interested in seeing it. Listen, they went through very diligent process. I mean, I wasn't at those technical meetings where they held those discussions, but I can assure you, if you want to see the process, we'll publish the process for everybody to see. Nothing to hide. Nothing to hide.